Ladies. Yes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, and happy Three Bears Day. Happy Three Bears Day for everyone that is watching us. Today is Three Bears Day, and what do you want? Three Kings Day? What are you talking about? It's Three Bears Day. They're wearing beards anyway. No, I'm just kidding. Happy Three Kings Day. I just had to throw in the three bears because, you know, the bears have beards. The three kings have beards. I mean, maybe we can go with a little bit different tradition this year. No, I'm just kidding. This is Coffee and Headlines, our daily get-together here live on Facebook, where we examine headlines, comments, suggestions, all kinds of ideas, topics, and information that helps us stay in a good mood, stay in a positive attitude, enjoy Puerto Vallarta, and enjoy Mexico as a community of English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to see you here every single day. My name is Paco. If you are new, my name is Paco, and please let us know that you are new by writing the word new in your comments and suggestions so that we can give you a proper welcome. And of course, if you have any important things that you want to bring up during the broadcast, please add the letter Q at the beginning of your question. I want to start by saying hello to all of you that are here, and then we move on with a really festive Wednesday. We have all kinds of wonderful things. Hello, David. Hello, Trucha. Let's see. Oh my God, Raymond is here today. I finally caught up with some of the messages and the comments from Sunday's broadcast, Raymond. I think I am all up for raising some money so that you can have your very own bicycle and bread basket so that you can go sauntering through the city selling bread on a bicycle. I think it's a fabulous idea. Good morning, Christopher. Again, best of luck with your brand new Facebook group. I hope you continue to get all kinds of positive feedback about businesses in town that are doing the right thing. I think that is a beautiful idea. Again, my best wish for you is that you drink a lot of coffee and you stay well balanced and tempered, and you're able to handle the flurry of comments that I'm sure you're going to get. Handling a Facebook community is no easy task. So my hat goes to, is it my hat goes to? I bow in your general direction. That's what I'm trying to say. I bow in your general direction and commend Trisha Lyman and Jet de la Isla for the wonderful work that they do trying to keep their communities in check. Let's see. Rod is awake. This is good to know. We are having a good hump day from Christy. Thank you very much. La da din dun 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 dun. Let's see, what else do we have? Just good feelings from everybody. Where the bears are. Absolutely. And Michael is singing Georgia on My Mind. I love it. I love it. Paul says, oh my, the bears are out. You know, I will say about those three bears that I just showed you, this is a wonderful advertising campaign from England for a brand of honey. And they have a series of three bear um, episodes on YouTube that are absolutely hysterical. Very, very funny. If I find them, I will share the bookmark with you so that you can explore them too. Sherry is here, and I actually have a screen of where is my Sherry screen? Do I have a Sherry screen? Of course, I have a Sherry screen. I was so happy to hear from Sherry yesterday, and of course, she landed safely. And what is the first thing she goes out and does? She goes shopping with our dear friend Cassandra Shaw. Good for you. It is great to see you, and I am so very happy that that you are here and that you are safe and sound. Let's see, what else do we have? Beep, pa-dum, pam, pum, pam, pum. Um, Last year, my love and I were there in TV celebrating our second anniversary. We lost each other in Old Town for an hour. Oh no! I hope that was a good loss, and I hope you found each other, of course. And oh, that is so sweet, Jorge. It was such a pleasure to be part of your birthday celebration. 50 is a big number. It comes easy for some, it comes difficultly, it comes challengingly. It is a hard pillow to swallow for some. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Gary. I knew there was something about hats involved in that expression. It just seemed to escape me a little bit. Okay, so here we are. We are in the middle of the week. We are going to talk about a little bit of news, not much, because I want to give time for this walking tour. Today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is for walking, and we want to make sure that we get to a few important things that we want to follow up from yesterday. I see a new question. You have a good friend who owns a few restaurants. You mentioned them a few weeks ago. Is it Michael? Yes, absolutely. And this is my shameless plug for Michael Buford, who is an active member of our cluster. He owns three spectacular restaurants in town: Bravos, which is upscale cuisine, international, and there's a couple of yummy, yummy, yummy specialties there. He has Poblanos, which is a Mexican restaurant. We're going to make reference to it during our walking tour today. And he also has Siam, which is a Thai restaurant with two locations, one near my home here in the Versalles Fluvial area, and another one in Emiliano Zapata. I cannot recommend those restaurants enough. But Daniel, be mindful that there are a number of really extraordinary restaurants in town. Certainly here in Versalles, we have a bunch of them, and we put them together on a project that we call Versalles for Foodies. And it is an interactive map that we deployed here at Coffee and Headlines for contributing members. It features descriptions and locations for 26 awesome restaurants here in the Versalles area and surrounding areas that you can enjoy. And thank you very much for that, Joe. I will share the link for the map again in the show notes today, but please be mindful, this map was put together as an appreciation for contributing members, so you will have to be a contributing member if you wish to take advantage of it. Once we get to the month of February, it's been 3 months since we deployed it, then we will open it to the general public. Let's see. Okay, I want to follow up on, well, let's do this. Yes. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to follow up on a couple of things that we talked about yesterday, including the fact that we were talking about getting a COVID test if you want to go back to Canada. Well, one of you kind members of this cluster sent me this JPEG that was produced by WestJet. Obviously, this is a charter flight company from Canada, and they want to make it easier for folks to be able to take care of this situation. I will share this JPEG on the show notes today in case anybody needs any type of referral as to where you can get a test done. Luna, you are making a lot of noise today. I decided I would stop competing with the attention that Luna is giving her cardboard box And I decided to put the cardboard box on her perch. And now she is, well, she's being a cat. What can I say? Um, Back to the news, I want to let you know that Mexico has received a new shipment of vaccines. This would be the fourth shipment. It arrived yesterday. So the government is continuing to slowly but steadily distribute these vaccines, first and foremost with medical personnel, and then they will continue with their schedule as it has been previously announced in the past. I also want to let you know that I caught this headline saying that the health and economic groups that nurture our governor's decisions will get together again on Monday to see if this containment that we're going through right now is going to be extended or what is going to happen. I will say that last night, Governor Alfaro came back online on his Facebook page. He showed another video where he is explaining the numbers. Apparently, the government of Jalisco must be getting a lot of flack because the numbers can be confusing. But I also know from past instances in which the governor has come to give us clarity halfway through the week. This could also mean that he is trying to soften the news that next week or maybe in the near future, they will continue with guidelines to try to contain the virus. We're not entirely certain as to what's going on. But of course, I'll keep you posted as always. And I also want to mention this very kind message that we got yesterday from Dave saying, well, I don't expect you to discuss this on your show, but it's an interesting article out of San Francisco on our shaming culture. Again, as we've been talking about, we are not police people. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion about whether shaming is good or bad. But I must say that in the last 24 hours, the number of articles, features, videos, reports that are coming out of the English-speaking world about this new culture of shaming and questioning whether it's gone too far or not is very much happening right now. So, we're all welcome to take a look at this information. It's everywhere. There is one specific video that came to mind that I watched yesterday. This is from Good Morning America. So if even Good Morning America is discussing shaming, then this is something that we may want to pay attention to and, definitely reevaluate where we stand as to public shaming, whether it is helping or whether public shaming is becoming part of the problem and not the solution. It's a complicated issue, and I'm sure that we will continue to revisit it in days to come. Let me take a quick look at your comments before we dive into the weather, and then we dive into the rest of the broadcast. Let's see what we have. Boom, gada, boom, gada, boom, gada, boom, 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 boom. We just ordered Michael Siam food the other night. Incredible. Yes, it is incredible. And thank you so much for sharing important and wonderful restaurants that you enjoy. It is always a great endorsement. Let's see. My mother, who is in a nursing home in the U.S., is to receive her first COVID vaccine today. How wonderful. Those are great news, Alan. That's really, really wonderful. And yes, Luna is loving her new office space. She's just, she's like, okay, this is where I'm going to sit now. But, I live to make her happy. What can I say? Let's see. Another shot. This is great news. Please, Christopher, share the name of your group again. Or, Sean, you are welcome to check the show notes from yesterday. The name of the group is there. Let's see. Thank you very much, Christopher. Shaming is one of the reasons why I started the Facebook group. When we are shaming and focused on these negative items, we miss all the people doing things the way they should. I agree with you. But, for better or worse, I also appreciate where some people that are shaming come from. And it could come from fear. It could come from boredom. I don't know where it comes from. But it is nice to see that more and more people are trying to accentuate the positive rather than making the negative more negative. Angelica asks, how old is Luna? I think she's five-ish. I forget-ish. She is five-ish, but she is everything to me. She is my mother. For all intents and purposes. Let us move on to the weather so we can continue with the rest of the broadcast. Uh, Today is the perfect day to engage in a Klingon mating ritual, says the weatherman. I think those rituals are a little messy, but what do I know? It is 23 degrees Celsius, feels like 24. It is 73 degrees Fahrenheit, and humidity is at 56%. Not bad for a January day. It's going to be clear through the day today, a high temperature of 27, low temperature of 29. Tomorrow, it'll be mostly cloudy through the day, high temperature of 26, low temperature 18. And Friday, it'll be clear through the day with variable winds, a high temperature of 27, a low temperature of 17. What did we make of that? I love it. Let's see what else we have. Okay. So yesterday, this is too funny. Yesterday we were having quite colorful opinions about the Rosca de Reyes with the baby Yoda inside of it. And of course, I appreciate that some people, obviously that the Catholic community feels their feathers are ruffled. And some people said, let's not mess with this because, look at what happened when we messed with Christmas and St. Patrick's Day and Cinco de Mayo and all that stuff. So if you think that putting a baby Yoda instead of a baby Jesus inside of a Three Kings Day bread, take a look at this Three King tacos tray. This says, welcome the Three Kings with a rosca de tacos, and it even features a baby Yoda. Now, this is about as irreverent as it gets, but doesn't that look good? I just have to say, if somebody presented me with that, I certainly would not be able to say no. Okay, so let me see. What else do we have? Paco goes to the doctor tomorrow. No, I go to the doctor today. If you're referring to my pink eye, I go to the doctor today. We talked about the doctor yesterday. I will give you my glowing reports tomorrow, as so that you can learn about this ophthalmologist. We got some good reports on him, and I'm very comforted by that. Kathleen has just finished watching The Mandalorian. That is a series. It's a spin-off from Star Wars. For those of you that don't know, it is available on the Disney network. A few friends of mine have recommended it, and I am definitely going to check it out at some point in the near future. So I wanted to keep today's broadcast really brisk and brief because our walking tour is almost half an hour. What happened yesterday is, we did Versalles Walk 1 and then Versalles Walk 2, and then a lot of time went by. I had worked on Versalles Walk 3, but then I didn't release it, and then some new restaurants came into the picture. And yesterday, I finished the broadcast, and I was starving, so I wanted to go eat some birria. But the birria place is in this part of Versalles that we hadn't visited, so I figured Paco just, mash two potatoes with one fork, and this is what ended up happening. We're going to enjoy Versalles walking tour, and we are going to enjoy learning a little bit about birria, and I'm going to stick around drinking my coffee and having commentary with you. Are we ready? Let's go. Hello there. It is Tuesday, January 5th. We've just finished producing this morning's episode of Coffee and Headlines. We finished the show notes, we uploaded them, and they are in the process of getting up onto YouTube. So we've done the show chores, and now I am starving. And I am cold. It's been really cold. So today is a really good day to enjoy some traditional birria. And I'm going to tell you all about what that is. But first, I figured this is also a good day to tackle that extra section of Versalles that I have not tackled just yet. So I'm gonna take the long way to a birria place and show you some other places that we have yet to talk about. So we are at the corner of Milan and Francisco Villa. We've headed north, we've headed forward, and now we're gonna head south.
Just a quickie down the block, and we're there.
We are approaching the very first stop that I wish to make today, and this is going to be at the Whole Wheat Bakery, the Panadería Integral. I have mentioned this place in the past, and it is featured in our Vallarta for Foodies map, and I am standing right in front of it. And again, if what you're looking for is traditional whole wheat bread, this is the place where you can find it. As you can see, they're only buenos dias. They are only allowing one person per family to come in and shop for bread. And today I'm not shopping for bread, but I want to get a little closer so that I can show you all the traditional breads that you can find here today. Again, this is a very traditional type of bakery which you may want to consider. Buen día. And that's the beautiful thing about Versalles. There's all these wonderful small shops and eateries that you can explore on your own time and walk to, which is probably the most important thing. Now, remember, we are not in Versalles. We are on the opposite side of the street. But still, Versalles is just on the other side of Francisco Villa. Nevertheless, I want to show you a few places that are right here. And our second stop is our very own branch of Los Muertos Brewing. It's coming right in front of me. Anyhow, this is Los Muertos Brewing. Buenos dias. As you know, Los Muertos Brewing is a very popular pizza place in Emiliano Zapata. And this place started just as a takeout operation where you could come in and, take a look at the different pizzas that they have. A lot of these are the same that they offer in Emiliano Zapata. Needless to say, they have a bigger menu selection over there. ¿Puedo pasar? But what they've done now is that they have expanded to include this sit-down area. Buenas tardes, buen provecho. They have this sit-down area where you can actually enjoy your pizza, watch your favorite sports event, and so forth and so on. This is a great operation for those of us that live on this side of town, because that means we don't have to go into Emiliano Zapata to check out this wonderful pizza. Buen día. And now, I'm going to cross the street, and I'm actually going to go into Versalles because I want to show you the place that sells the giant tortas. And, no, it's dangerous to cross now. Let me get over here and see if I can cross the street at the corner.
Yes, they didn't move. This is their second location.
And I think we can try to give it a go now. And here we are. Okay, so now we are on the lowest tip of Colonia Versalles. And right here is this wonderful place called Tortas Gigantes that sells Mexico City style tortas. Tortas, as you know, it's a sandwich that we make with bolillo. And this is tortas. Buenas tardes. This is Tortas Gigantes. Now, I want to show you this place because tortas are very different in Mexico City than they are in Guadalajara. In Guadalajara, it is very common to eat the tortas ahogadas, which are these sandwiches that are full of meat, but they are served in a broth. Here, there's a very squeaky clean operation, and it all starts with these bolillos. These are the bigger teleras or bolillos that are used to make traditional Mexico City style tortas. And I wish you could see just how large these are. These are probably about 10 inches long. And you get in here, and there's, of course, you have to be wearing your face mask. You have to be doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing. ¿Cómo ha estado? And then your torta gets fixed over here with all the ingredients that you want. And you can take it to go, you can enjoy it here. So if you want to enjoy a traditional Mexico City type experience, Tortas Gigantes is a great place to do it. It is part of the Vallarta, of the Versalles for Foodies map. So I totally recommend this place. Muy feliz año. Nos vemos pronto. And now, let us do another one of those speedy things again, because we have to walk a couple of blocks.
And while we're speeding, let me tell you that tortas are like the best food to take to go, because they keep very nicely. I mean, you can keep them for hours and then eat them much later.
Okay, I am now standing right outside of Antojitos Mexicanos Doña Salu. And this place, Buenos Dias, may not look like much, but let me tell you, this place is the best place in town to get huaraches. And huaraches are these wonderful corn-based vessels that are shaped like a shoelace, like a huarache. And they are like sopes, but they're oval-shaped rather. And here you can get breakfast, but you can get these wonderful huaraches, and the huaraches are served with all kinds of wonderful stews and concoctions. So this is a great place for breakfast or for early lunch. Highly recommended. Very traditional, very Mexican, very simple, but very wonderful. Now, let's go to our next step. Okay. Okay, so now I'm standing right outside of Oregano, and because I see that the door is open, I'm going to come in, and because I see that Chef Graciela is here, I'm going to stop by and say hello to her. Hi Graciela.
Hello.
It is so great to see you. You know,
Nice to see you as well.
I have been wanting to do a walking tour of this side of Versalles because I have not had a chance to do it. And I wanted to talk a little bit about you and your wonderful restaurant. And of course, I want people to meet Taco. Look at your pet pig. He's huge now. How long have you had him?
Already for about 10 months.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we got him when he was only two months.
Now, please remind me how long ago you opened the restaurant.
We have been open since September last year, 2019.
Well, I can tell you folks that there is no better place to enjoy Caribbean cuisine that Chef Graciela provides for us here. Lunch and dinner, right?
That's correct.
Lunch and dinner. And what I want you to see is look at all this beautiful artwork that Chef Graciela has commissioned for her gorgeous, tiny little restaurant, but very well maintained, very beautiful. There are all these murals that somehow reflect her sources, her origin, her cuisine, and all the traditional stuff that goes on. But back to you, Graciela. How did you decide to get Taco? What's the story with Taco? Look at him.
Well, I don't really have a huge story about it, but since I was a kid, I really love pigs, and I was told that there was a type of pig that they don't get so big, and that is the mini pig. And we decided. Well, now I decided to have one because you know, after so many years just thinking about it, and now I got the opportunity to have it. And I'm so happy. I don't know, I just love it.
It's beautiful.
It's nice.
It's great to see you.
Nice to see
I'm
you.
going to keep walking, but I wanted folks to take a look at Oregano and get a sense as to what they can expect to find here. Great food, friendly faces, and a funny pig.
That's right.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
and I'll see you soon.
Bye bye, Paco. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
You too. Ciao, ciao.
Watch yourself.
Okay, so that was Oregano, and right next door to Oregano, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to tackle this walking tour again, is the wonderful La Gallega. And La Gallega, La Gallega is this amazing tapas restaurant bar that just opened. Check out how fun this place is. There's artwork, there's the owner, but we'll get to him later. And then La Gallega has partnered. Oh, check it out. One of the fun things about La Gallega is that nothing is written in Spanish, nothing is written in English. Everything is written in Gallego, which is the language that they speak in Galicia, this northern region of Spain. So over there it says "Faga as cosas con sentidinho." I have no idea what that means, but something tells me that that means you got to do things with intent, with good intent. And Agustin, who's the owner of this place, has partnered with a partner that also sells plants and garden things. So this is a really, really cute new spot to this side of Versalles. And I want you to meet Agustin, who seems to be busy. Hello, Agustin.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
¿Platicamos en inglés o en español?
Prefiero en español, pero...
Okay. Agustin asks that we converse with him in Spanish. Hopefully he won't say he will converse with him in Gallego. Tell us a little bit, dinos un poquito de lo que estás ofreciendo aquí.
Pues La Gallega es un espacio que nace para dar amor y dar a conocer una parte del globo terráqueo que es Galicia, y nos nutrimos un poco de todo lo local, que hay mucho que apoyar. Nuestro café es local, marca La Gallega, nuestra miel es local de Imperial Bean, aceite, bueno, es español porque pues toque también delicatessen internacional, y también tenemos con las latas de conserva. Procuramos siempre como consumir local y procurar tener ese apoyo al resto de los restaurantes, al resto de los proveedores. Nuestros centros comerciales de clorofilia también tienen un espacio aquí para vender plantas, y nuestra comida es parte tradicional española.
What Agustin has just said is that everything is free. No, I'm just kidding. No, Agustin brings to Puerto Vallarta and certainly to Versalles all this wonderful cuisine from Galicia, which is a part of Spain that is not very commonly known. I've had a couple of wonderful evenings here just enjoying food that I'm not familiar with. And one of the things that I particularly love about this place is an avocado martini. Yes, an avocado sweet martini that is absolutely wonderful. Not to mention all the wonderful tapas that you can enjoy here. So stop by. This restaurant is listed on our map, Vallarta for Foodies. And I hope you'll get a chance to visit soon. Agustin, feliz año.
Gracias, feliz año.
Nos vemos prontito.
Bueno, gusta tu casa, como siempre.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that was La Gallega. And as I said, La Gallega is right next door to Oregano. Here are the two places right next to each other. You could even do cocktails at one and then have dinner at the other, or vice versa. And I think now we can go looking for our birria.
I was starving, but I was having fun.
Here we are. I am standing right in front of Birreria El Tío Toño. Let me show you around before we ask for a table. As you can see, there's a lot of space here, but most of the tables have been taken away because of the requirements from the city right now. In fact, there is not even a table for me to sit down at this very moment. This is how popular this place is. So before I negotiate a place to sit down, let me show you. First of all,
This place is practically al fresco, practically outdoor because there are no windows here. And let us take a look at some of the people that are working. Buenos días. ¿Puedo echar un vistazo? ¿Puedo mirar? Sí. Okay, so here we are. Look at all these very nice, friendly ladies. Buenos días. ¿Cómo están? They are cooking. Look at that birria. That would be stew. And look at all those freshly made tortillas and quesadillas. This is definitely one of those really yummy places where you can enjoy a traditional Jalisco experience. Now, I'm going to take a break from the broadcast and see if I can get a table for myself and continue telling you a little bit about what goes on at this restaurant.
I'm hungry again.
Okay, so I'm sitting down now. I've placed my order, and I want to take a moment to tell you a little bit more about birria. According to Wikipedia, birria is a meat stew traditionally made from goat meat, but occasionally made from beef or mutton. The dish is often served at celebratory occasions such as weddings and baptisms, and it is a traditional dish from the state of Jalisco. So this is a tradition here. So I placed my order. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you order birria. Looking at the menu, you can order a large order of birria or a small order of birria. I've asked for a small order of birria, which will probably come with tortillas on the side so that I can make my own tacos. But you can also order tacos made with birria. Those tacos can either be soft or crunchy. I have ordered a crunchy taco to start my meal. I ordered a small order of birria, and that comes with a little container of broth. The broth is very rich and very, full of the flavors of the meat. And for a cold day like today, there's nothing better than a nice broth of birria. Now, we are offered some cabbage, shredded cabbage, to enjoy with the meal. This is usually added to the birria. And then there are also these garnishes. There's cilantro, and there's onion, and there's limes that you can use to flavor your food better. Now, something else that I want to tell you about birria. It is very uncommon to find birria at formal restaurants. For example, Michael Beaufort's restaurant, Poblanos, is one of the few places that I know that is not an exclusively birria place where you can actually order birria. So if a very authentic Mexican experience seems a little bit too much for you to handle, you can go to a place like Poblanos and enjoy birria, or at least try it. But like tacos, you can find tacos in a restaurant, but you can also, the real, more culturally authentic experience is to go to a taqueria or a taco place. The same thing applies with birria. So we're sitting at a birreria, and this is what you want to try. In this particular birreria Don Toño, is one of the most popular here in town, and it is open for early in the morning and later in the day. But by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they're done. So this is what it is, and now I am going to enjoy my meal. When my order of birria comes back, I will show it to you so that you can see what that looks like. And meantime, I'm going to enjoy my crunchy taco. Well, that was fast. So as you can see, my small order of birria has arrived. And I don't know if you can actually see it. This is a small bowl. It has pieces of meat, and it has a very brothy stew. And I have fresh tortillas, freshly made tortillas here. I ordered agua de Jamaica, which I'm going to enjoy with my meal. And I'll stop being hungry. So let me stop the camera for now, and I'll come back to you in a second.
It was so good. It was so good.
Oh my God, that was better than sex. 3 important things that you may want to keep in mind. If eating goat meat is something that you're not comfortable with, Birreria El Tío Toño offers both
beef birria and goat birria, you can ask ahead of time. More often than not, if you just ask for birria, they will serve you the beef, and you have to specify that you want to enjoy the goat birria. Something else that I want to tell you is I just had a new experience. You see, on the menu, it says here that tatemada is 5 pesos extra, and I never really knew what that meant. I never worried about it. But today I learned that tatemada, well, the word itself, hold on. It's the gas truck, and it's really loud. The word tatemado means slightly charred, and what that means is that you can order a little bit of slightly charred meat to go along with your stew or your tacos, and it adds a certain smoky flavor that I've never had before. This was offered to me today, and I loved it. I enjoyed it very much, so keep that in mind. And the third thing that I want to mention is something that applies to just about any restaurant where you go. In Mexico, it's quite common to wish other people sitting down eating buen provecho. It's a phrase that is commonly meant to mean enjoy your meal. So if you walk into a place, it doesn't hurt if you see people sitting down and eating to say buen provecho. The closest equivalent to that would be when you say bon appetit if you're starting your meal. So keep that in mind next time you go out and about enjoying a restaurant. And I'm no longer hungry, I'm no longer cold, so I think it's time to get ourselves moving and going back home. Let's go. Muchas gracias. Con permiso. Oh my God, you cannot expect a better meal. So, I think with this broadcast, or rather this video, buenas tardes.
Hola. How do you like it?
Es maravilloso. Es maravilloso. ¿Es usted?
No, my wife's owns it.
Your wife owns it?
Yeah.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Paco Ojeda. I live here in the neighborhood, and I have a broadcast in English for locals, and I wanted to show people your wonderful restaurant. It is so absolutely delicious. Who is el tío Toño? Is he still alive?
Mi tío Toño, he is the one who gave me the recipe.
Oh, wow.
He's the one who gave me the recipe. That's where we start right there. Look.
Okay, so that was right across the street. You started there.
That's where we start, okay,
Mhm.
with 3 tables. And 2-3 months, we need to grow, to expand.
Do you get a lot of English-speaking people?
Yeah.
Qué bueno. Me da mucho gusto. Well, I come here regularly, vengo frecuentemente, and it's always a pleasure to eat here, and it is a pleasure to recommend it.
We appreciate it.
Muchas felicidades.
Andrés, gracias.
Hasta pronto.
Gracias.
There you go. We even met the owners. So let me get past this very loud truck to wrap things up. Okay. So it's nice to have eaten. It's nice to head back home. And I want to say a couple of things. First of all, we've shown Versalles through 3 different videos and surrounding areas. But you know, every day goes by, there's a new business, there's a new restaurant, there's something new coming to this neighborhood. So it would be difficult to do it justice with 3 videos and say, well, I'm done doing it. For those of us that live here, it is always a pleasure to see what is open, what is new, etc., etc. And we will continue to inform of new places as we move forward. But in the meantime, I'm happy to wrap up this series of things or eateries that you can enjoy here in Colonia Versalles. Needless to say, we're going to continue nurturing our Versalles for Foodies map, which, as you know, has been something that we offer to Coffee and Headlines supporting members. It is a map that you can check out online with locations for over 20 wonderful eateries in Versalles and surrounding areas. As it stands, there's at least 2 or 3 new eateries that I'm aware of that we want to go and visit and add to the map, and we're going to continue doing that. In the meantime, it is a pleasure to have shown you yet a little bit more of this neighborhood, and that's it. Now it's time to go home and edit this video so that we can all enjoy it tomorrow during Walking Wednesday. Have a good day.
Yay! And that was our video for today. That was Walking Wednesday. Let me take a quick look at some of your comments. Lynn asks, are their customer mostly locals or it's become a foodie destination? If you're referring to the birria place, Lynn, it is. I think it's both. I mean, it's a very traditional place here in Puerto Vallarta. Agua de Jamaica. Jamaica is the flower of the hibiscus plant, and it is quite commonly turned into a tea. You know, it's boiled in water, and you add sugar and you add ice cubes, and it is very refreshing. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, Matthew, darling. You know, Matthew, you are absolutely right. But, you know, consider this. In this world that we live in, we are all wearing different comfort levels. Aren't you grateful that I am willing to take a chance so that you can be entertained? Just think about that. And hopefully you will come into a place in a time in which you also feel comfortable handshaking people again. But thank you for your kind editorial comment. Let's see, what else do we have? Yes, the goat birria is the traditional, absolutely. But I wanted to qualify that and to explain for some people that may have issues eating some things. Let's see. I think I tried to address a lot of your comments during the broadcast. And yes, ever since they offered me the tatemada business, I am always going to have it as such. Is it spicy? Not on its own, Joe. And I think I tried to type something. It is not on its own, but there are all kinds of salsas that are served so that you can fine-tune it to your liking. And yes, Matthew, back to you. That was the small bowl. The small bowl was good enough for me to make like 3 tacos and enjoy more birria and the broth. And I also had the crunchy taco, and I don't think I spent more than 150 pesos. This is very affordable food. And somebody asked me, did I get to Raymond? No, I did not get to Raymond's bakery, because Raymond's bakery is kind of stuck in the middle of places, and I could have, should have, haven't, but will make a stop at Raymond's bakery with my camera at some point. That said, we are never going to tire of recommending Raymond's wonderful bread here at Coffee and Headlines. I think this pretty much, let's see, what else do we have? Boom, ba-dum, pum, pim, pum, pum. We have a lot of positive comments, and I very much appreciate all of this. And I will tell you, Scott asks, where do we find your foodies map? I will share the link again in the show notes today. Kindly be mindful of the fact that in order to be able to open it and enjoy it, you have to be a supporting member of Coffee and Headlines. It's not expensive, and you get all this wonderful information. So kindly consider a membership to Coffee and Headlines, and you know where to get that. It's at this link. Once you get a membership for Coffee and Headlines, then you can have access to the Vallarta for Foodies map. Let's see, what else do we have? I think we are definitely there. So I don't want to take more of your time. It's already 11:20. What a wonderful morning. I hope you had as much of a good time as I had watching this again. It makes me enjoy the fact that there are so many wonderful places to explore, so many good things to do, and we're going to continue doing this. So let's see. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow we come back with our usual
news and not so heavy news. And I'm already thinking about what we're going to do for a Wednesday walk next week, but I have a couple of ideas. In the meantime, keep your comments coming my way. Keep your comments coming Luna's way. She's finally settled into her new, her new upgraded home, and that's it. Stay kind, stay wonderful, stay healthy. Open your eyes wide, look at the world, and make the best decisions you can make so that you can continue to feel comfortable. I am off to an appointment with my future ex-husband, the good eye doctor. I'll let you know how things went with my pink eye tomorrow, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Have an amazing day today.